Hi guys, and welcome back to another video from Maumee River Fishing. This is Bob White. And say hello to this little guy. Never know what you're going to stumble across coming in the Maumee River. I'm not sure my turtles, but I think this is a little baby snapping turtle. If you take a look at its tail, it's got a big old tail on it for a little turtle. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments if you know your turtles. Put this guy right back and let him blend in with the bottom. Kind of cool how he crawls between the rocks. You barely see him, huh? Alright, so in this video we're going to do a little catfishing. Water's a little high as you can see, but I'm down on my green grass island, across from Bluegrass, just downriver from Buttonwood. We're going to be floating some shrimp. As you see, we cut them in half. Meijers blue bag always. Blue bag, Meijers shrimp, uncooked, unpeeled. I don't know why, but that's the stuff, gang. June and July, Maumee River catfish come up from Lake Erie, do their spawn thing. So you're going to see a lot of beat up fish in this video. A lot of dark colored, almost black or gray fish. But that's why I'm here right now. I spent an hour and a half. I yielded between 10 and 15 fish. In this case, I'm using a 9-foot Okuma paired to a spinning reel. It's a Piscifin Carbon X 4000. I've got 20-pound Beyond braid on with a 18-pound monofilament leader. I've got a double dropper loop using 2 size 1/0 hooks. Again, floating Meijers blue bag shrimp. Fish on, gang. First one of the day. You can tell that's a little one. Anytime they come running straight into shore like that, it's either a smallmouth or it's a little kitty. In this case, this river's full of these little premature cats. These are the scrappy ones, though. Settle down, Junior. Again, just a little junior. We're just going to throw him back. See ya. Thanks for the catch, bud. Now notice, guys, I'm just pitching underhand. I'm not throwing out but maybe 10 or 15 feet. Like I said, the water was a little bit high, so it was moving kind of fast in the middle. So fish the outside of that middle current. Or I should say the inside in my case. There we go again, fish on. They're going to continue to get bigger as we go. I found a pocket of little kitties at first. But they are scrappy. And they do bite. I think it was every 3 casts on this day. I was only there for maybe an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours max. So we'll call it 12 fish in an hour and a half maybe. Oh. A lot of little head shakes there. Gotta love them kitties. Again, just a little guy. Do get 2 big monsters on this day. Now these fish were pre-spawn here. All these were gold still, almost a green gold, and didn't have many beat up marks on them. But you'll see as we progress, we get some dark black beat up spawned out fish. See what I mean? He's still kind of green and gold. Kind of got that Maumee River color to him. Tried to get a tail release and spin him around, but he took off. He was ready to go. See ya! Thanks for the catch, bud. Alright, so now I'm not editing this. This is rebaiting, next casts, whatever you will. I didn't want to leave off a couple of unedited casts because I want you guys to see how easy it actually is to catch Maumee River catfish in late June and early July. Again, it is the catfish run. There's probably thousands of them, just as many catfish this time of the year as there is walleye in the spring. I don't think I get one on this cast. I was a little deep on that cast. I overhanded it and I think I threw it out a little too hard or too far, and it's moving down too fast. We'll see. Oh, nope, I'm wrong. Fish on. Back to back cast. There you go, guys. I did get a smallie in this day. This might be it. I can't remember. Nope. Just another little kitty. Them little ones never open their mouth, and they always throw such a fuss when you're trying to lip them. Look at that. I'm just like, you know what? Come on, man. I'm just going to hook you. Let you drop. You're not worth showing everybody. You're unworthy. Bye-bye. Thanks for the catch. See ya. Nah, really. Every catch is worthy. Alright, so I did edit that just to bait up. I also moved down a little bit. I found that that spot was just producing small kitties. So here I am just kind of walking with my float. You see how stained that water is where I'm walking, but it was a lot cleaner out past that island. All that silt gets hung up on those branches and just turns them into mud. There we go, fish on. It's a better fish. I did find as I started going downriver, there was starting to get a little bit better fish. Another green and gold with the white belly still. I think they just came in. When they're real white like that, they're usually fresh out of the river, or out of the lake, excuse me. When they've been living in the river for a couple of weeks, they turn dark right around spawn time, but you can see spots, golden, still silver. That's a fresh lake fish right there, gang. See that rock? I just knew there was going to be something hanging around that rock. Just kept throwing it on each side of that rock, and pretty soon we get a bobber down here. Figure right on the back side of that rock there's going to be something sitting. And sure enough there was. Just a little bit down. There it is. Fish on. This might be that little smallie. He seems to be putting up a little fuss and he seems small, but nope, that's catfish. Another dink. You can tell when these get little ones get in these weeds, man, they just take off because they can still swim. The big ones just roll over. Settle down, Junior. See what I mean? They go crazy. They usually shut their mouth. Get my camera lens all wet. It's always the little half-pounders that do that. See ya. Alright, now we just moved down from that rock a little bit more. I just threw right at the rock. You see my float there? Mending my line, guys. Getting that line in back of the float so that way it doesn't S-curve around and make slack line. That's what I'm doing with my rod right there. Mending your line. Look it up if you don't know what it is. There again. I'm laying my line in back of the float so it's more natural of a presentation. It looks like it's floating just with the current. Bail's open. See the line being taken off the reel? Every time I pull my tip up, it's to pull more line out. Oh, there we go. Bobber down. Nope. Nothing on this drift. So again, unedited, just to try to show you guys how easy it is to catch fish. Slide down a little bit. This is called working the river, gang. Don't stand in the same spot if you're catching little ones or you're just catching nothing. Most guys will start downriver and work their way up. I prefer the opposite myself, just because I float fish. So my bobber going downriver allows me to explore more what's downriver. So I'll start up, and then when I see it go downriver, I'll move down to where it was, knowing the fish might be there. There we go. There we go. Fish on. After this, we're going to do a little bit more editing, so there's not going to be as much walking, but hope you guys enjoy this so far. Definitely better fish here. You'll see the color of this fish is definitely darker. This is a fish that's been in the river spawning for considerably a lot longer than those first ones. Much bigger fish too. This fish is almost a dark gray color. Doesn't have that light belly as much. Has quite a few open sores and wounds from spawning also. We'll hold him up for you in a second. Get a good look. See the color of him? See the wounds on him? See how his belly's dark? His lips are real dark too. Alright, let's get back at it. We got a little smallie to pull in. You guys believe smallies bite shrimp floating under a bobber in the Maumee River? You're about to. Maybe not this fish, but pretty soon. Fish on! Gotta be a kitty. I see some head shakes. Those smallies just go crazy, man. Jumping and splashing and flipping. And those kitties, on the other hand, try to dig on you. Try to stay down. Lots of head shakes. Unfortunately, when I upload my videos to do the editing, they go out of order, so I can't tell you what order they're in. That's why I'm not sure where the smallie is. But it's coming. This fish looked like she was still full of eggs. Another dark color kitty. Some dark lips. Get a good tail release on her since she's so full of eggs. Come on, let go. Gotta be gentle with these mamas. Let them go and let them live and make some babies. See ya. Thanks for the catch, girl. Alright, back at it. So you see, I'm throwing up about 11 o'clock, maybe 10 to 11, somewhere in there. Reeling in the slack a little bit. Keeping that line taut, just in case she goes down upriver. But then, once she gets to about that point where I'm standing, the bail goes open and we start giving line out. So it's a take. Right now we're just floating, keeping that slack out, keeping that line off the water as much as you can. That's why the rod's up, tips up as high as possible. Here we're getting ready to mend it. Waiting for that float to go down. Little mend. Now she's floating, right? This is a good drift. Boom. Bob her down. Ah. That was bottom. Alright, another unedited. Just 2 casts from that last kitty. There we go. Fish on. Usually the good ones like that will stay out, kind of head out more for the deeper water, or even try to tear out for the current. Little ones will try to come into shore, and the average one just sits there and tries to dog you and go down, down, down. It's like Finding Nemo. It's a good fish.
Come on, man. Come on.
Didn't feel that big. This one didn't put up that much of a fight, but it was a good fish. It's probably too tired already. What I'm doing right now is a no-no. I got that line in my hand just above that other hook. I had it. Had that fish pulled or taken off or something, that line could have teared right through my hand and set that hook right in my hand. That's a no-no. I never try to do that, but I didn't this time. Another golden one, kind of a little bit more gold. He's got just a teeny tiny dark turn to him. That's another pre-spawn fish right there. He's been in the river maybe a week. You see the redness on his fins? He's starting to change the spawning colors. A little bit of blood there on his one antenna. There he goes. Strong kick there. He's ready to go. Didn't put up a fight, but he was ready to go. Alright. Let's go. Unnet it again. Next cast. This really was a great day, gang. This was Friday morning, 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, y'all. Got out about 8 and got out about 9:30. Got in, I should say, at 8 and out of the water at about 9:30. Letting this one go. It's a long drift. Boom, fish on. Can't see it with the sun. This might be the smallie. Nah, too many head shakes. Nope, that's a smallie. That is a smallie. Look at that little sucker tear upriver. He just went right upriver. I'm like, yeah, we'll just get your ass over here real quick. Not too often we float fish a smallie. Wasn't very big. Probably under a pound. Yeah, we'll take a look at him here. There he is. Sorry, my camera's a little low, but one more look. See ya, bud. Thank you for the catch. Much appreciated. Alright, there's bait back up here. Throw some new shrimp on. Cast her back out there to see what kind of monsters there are. There are some monsters in there. There we go. Fish on. These Maumee River catfish will pretty much hit anything. Worms, leeches, crayfish. But there's something about that blue bag Meijers shrimp. I've tried all the Fredericks. It's not the Fredericks. They've got like gourmet flavored shrimp that are cooked. This is the uncooked, unpeeled, undeveined, just raw, frozen, blue bag shrimp. The cheapest stuff Meijers has. Just picked it up on sale for $5 a bag. Get this one in here. Get him off, and again, he's a little discolored. A little darker fish. A perfect hook right in the side of the mouth. See what I mean? See how he's darker? Almost a gray color, not a green. Lips are darker. Fins are turning red. See ya, buddy. Pretty poor edit job on the release there. I don't know what happened. Must have slipped out of my hand and swam off. So that's a West Coast float there, guys. One of the best catfishing floats out there. All it is a big piece of foam. They can bang it on the bottom of the river on the rocks. It's not going to mess up the paint job. It's not going to mess up your floats. Those things are bulletproof in rocky, shallow water. And I'm throwing right now a 1/2 ounce. Right under that is a 1/2 ounce inline sinker like you'd use for walleye fishing. That goes down to about a 3-foot monofilament leader that has a double dropper loop about 12 inches from the bottom. I tie a 1/0 hook on the very bottom tag end, go up 12 inches, tie a dropper loop, put another 1/0 hook. Both 1/0s have a piece of shrimp on it, and then you just slide your float up and down the main line, depending on trying to figure out that depth. This was about 3 feet here. There's your dropper loop hook. You can see then the tag end goes right down to another hook down at the bottom. Simple rig, guys. Just got to make sure when you're casting, go easy. Don't whip your tip. Just kind of toss it. That way everything goes out in the same line that you have it, as opposed to twisting up. That bait will tend to come back and go over the top of the bobber line, and then you're not really fishing because your bait's sitting right under the bobber because it's hung up on the bobber. You'll note it when you see it. Easy way to figure that out too is just real fast. You should see your shrimp come up about a foot behind the bobber. If you don't, then it's hung up on the bobber. So much of the editing I did was just baiting up in most cases, and a lot of the just tying on, retying, all the stuff you guys don't want to see. I tried to keep this as unedited as possible. So most of these casts were either back to back, or he's feeling a little bit of drag there. This must be a big one. Either that or I just had it way out there. can tell by the sun it's getting to be about 9, maybe 9:15. Yeah, I had him way out there. You just keep cranking and cranking and cranking. Yeah, big old fatty. Another one that didn't feel that big. It turned out to be a good sized fish. Another gold one. Look at that. Starting to turn a little. Here again, that belly is not bright white, but get a good tail release on this fish. Most of these fish are ready to go, man, when I brought them in. Try not to stress them out as much as possible because they are in the spawn, so. Be good to your kitties and they'll be good to you the following seasons for many, many years. All right, back at it. Mending that line. It's about right out in front of me. Nothing there. Pull her in and reset that drift. There's a line mend. There's a bite. And where's a fish on? Nope. Probably bottom. Go see. Go throw it exactly that same path again. Look more like a fish than bottom. When you hit bottom, it goes down kind of slow, like it dance under. When it's a fish, it's just there and gone. And that time it was there and gone, so we'll see. It was right after I mend it. A little more. Nope. There's a fish. Nope. It was bottom both times. I remember that. It's funny. It's messing with me, you guys. I can't tell whether it's a fish or if it's bottom. I got to keep running that same exact drift. It's a real short drift or a real shallow drift. So I'm guessing it's bottom. But it's messing with me right now. There we go. I knew it. Knew there was a fish sitting in there. Sorry about my camera angle. Right at the sun. Must have bumped it. This rod I'm using is made by Okuma. It's called the SST. It's a 9'6" salmon and steelhead rod. It's for Michigan bank fishing salmon and steelhead. So it's got a really nice flexible tip, but a good backbone to it. So you can really handle these fish. It's 9 feet 6 inches. It's a medium weight, 6 to 12 pound line rated rod. And it's a medium action rod, so it got a little bend to it, but it's got some backbone too. It's perfect for these Maumee River catfish. You can definitely manhandle them if you need to, but it's a very sensitive tip, so float fishing is great with it. Another real dark kitty, almost bronze color. Look at the belly on that one, it was all gray. Red lips. You get the red around the fins. That's a fish that's in the spawn right there. Male, probably. From the looks of it. Come on, let go of me, man. There we go.
What?
All right, buddy. See ya. Thanks for the catch, man. All right. Fast forward. Next drift. Let's see what we get. I do believe this was my biggest fish of the day. Here's my bobber. There we go, bobber down. Right in front of you. That was the greatest bobber down of the day, gang. It's like being hooked onto a log right now. A log and a current. Just get him close. Another dark spawned kitty. Beach him on in here. It's probably a slightly above average. The majority of these have been slightly under average fish. I'd say your average Maumee River catfish is probably 2.5 pounds. This guy here probably weighed out at 4 maybe. It's a good sized fish. Another big female full of babies. Look at those dark lips. Yeah, it might even be a little bigger than 4 pounder. I don't know. What do you think? That's a good sized fish there. Big head on him. Give her a little pet when we let her go. Let her go back and make some more babies. Pretty fish, that's for sure.
Buddy. Well,
Give her a little pat on the head. Say thanks for the catch, girl. Go make some babies. See ya. Guys, thanks for watching. As always, I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck and good fishing.